Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. On today's video we're going to learn how to make this blouse. This is going to be the drafting part. In subsequent videos we're going to learn how to sew and bead this blouse. If that sounds like something you're interested in learning, keep on watching and let us get straight into the video. So I've gone ahead to rule out the lines we're going to work with. The first line here is the bust point line, the under bust line, the waist line, and then the full length of our blouse. I'm going to go ahead to mark my shoulder measurements divided by 2 at the top part. This is actually not a full shoulder blouse, but I'm going to start off drafting this as 1. So I'm coming down from here by 1 inch, and then I'm going to come out by 2 inches at this point and then leave it like that. Next we're moving on to mark our armhole depth. So I'm going to mark this out and then we're going to rule it out. Next, I'm going to mark my nipple to nipple measurements divided by 2, and I'm going to place them along these lines, and then we're going to rule it out. Next, I'm going to mark out my neckline. So I'm going to use 3 by 3 for the neckline, which is a standard, and I'm going to curve that out. Like I said, it's not a full shoulder, but we're just drafting out the full shoulder before we go ahead to mark what we want out. Now I'm slanting the shoulder to meet the 1 inch we came down by earlier. Now I'm going to place my tape here. Whatever I have, I'm going to divide it into 2, and then we're going to use that as the midpoint and mark it out. After marking this out, we want to roll this from the top part down to our bust point line we have there. After doing so, we're going to go ahead to go in on each side by 2 inches. This is going to differ depending on the size of the bust you're working on. After ruling out the lines, we're going to curve this up. So from the under bust to the bust point, we're going to rule the lines to meet each other. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just curving both sides. Now for the shoulder part, we will normally take 2 inches on both sides for our dart. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that 2 inches down to this point here, and I'm going to mark it out. Next, I'm going to slant my shoulder line to meet with that 2 inches we came out by. And then I'm going to mark my bust measurement divided by 4 along that chest line area here. This is supposed to be our chest line, and then I'm going to use that as a guide to curve that 2 inches back into our bodies as the armhole area. So we've gone ahead to add the 2 inches. Now we're going to place our tape along the shoulder line, adding in that 2 inches, and then we're going to divide it into 2. Whatever we have is going to be our new shoulder midpoint, and I'm marking it out here. So from that point we just marked out, I'm going to rule this all the way down. Now we'll normally take out 1 inch dart on both sides, so you can see that what we have here now is 1 inch already on its own. I'm going to add in another 1 inch on this part, meaning we've gone ahead to take out 2 inches dart, and I'm going to curve this back to the bust point line. So after doing so, you can see that what we have here is 2 inches, and that is the dart we've gone ahead to take out, and I'm going to cancel it out here so you know we're no longer working with that part. Now moving on to add my body measurements divided by 4. So we're going to add our bust measurement, our under bust, our waist, and our hip measurements divided by 4. Also going to return the dart, so these 2 inches that we took out here, we're going to add it back here so our measurement is correct and complete. I'm doing the same thing for the hip line. I'm adding my hip measurement divided by 4, and then we're going to return the 2 inches dart. So the full length we're working with for the front is 26 inches because we have sort of like a bust shape at the front of the blouse, but we are going to have it to be 21 inches at the back. So I'm going to place my tape here, and I'm going to go ahead to mark 21 inches at this point here. So the 21 inches is going to be the actual full length of our blouse for the back as well, but we're going to have about 5 extra inches at the bottom part of the front piece to cover out that shape we want for the blouse. So now I'm going to go ahead to rule my measurements to meet each other, but before I do so, I'm going to take out ½ inch from my original waist measurement for the cinching. So if you're taking out ½ inch on this point here, it means you're taking out 1 inch from the front and then 1 inch from the back for the cinching. So I'm going ahead to do that. I'm now going to rule everything to meet each other. So here I went ahead to just curve this line from this point all the way down to this point so you see what we're working with, but I decided to leave it as it is and just cut out the pattern on the fabric, and then when we're done sewing everything together for the front, we're going to go ahead to cover out the shape we want because I feel like it's going to come out better that way. So I'm going to leave it as it is here. Now I'm going to take out my bust dart at this side here. I'm coming out by 1.5 inch. Your bust dart is the difference between your shoulder to waist for the front and your shoulder to waist for the back. So I'm curving this to this point here, and I'm going to cancel this out so you know this is the bust dart. Next, I'm going to curve out the shape I want for the top part of the blouse. I'm marking 7 inches here, so I'm just marking that 7 inch as a guide so I know how low I want mine to be. So I'm going to use my free hand to just curve this to the shape that I want it to be. I'm going to close up the dart at this shoulder area so it makes it really easy for me to create the shape that I want. So far this is what we have. I'm going to cut through from the shoulder dart area so that we can close up our bust dart. After closing up the dart, I'm just going to straighten this part out so that everything is aligned properly. Now we're going to go ahead to cut out the remaining parts of our pattern. After cutting this out, this is what we have. So we did not cut out the basque area because the basque we're working with is asymmetrical. So we're going to do that when we're done sewing the front pieces together. So we're going to set this aside now to work on our back piece. For the back piece, I've gone ahead to rule out all the lines. This is what they're looking like. And I'm just labeling them the same way we had them for the front. Now I'm going to start off by adding in my body measurements for the back. So I'm starting off with my bust measurements divided by 4, my waist measurement divided by 4, my hip measurements divided by 4. Next, at the armhole area here, we're going to come in here by 1 inch and then curve out the armhole for the back piece. After doing so, I'm going to rule my measurements to meet each other. When you're adding your waist measurement for the back, do not forget that you're going to take out ½ inch, the same way we did for the front. So we're going to ignore this top part simply because it is not a full shoulder blouse, and just work on the lower part. So on this part here, I'm just going to come up by 3.5 inches and then we're going to curve this in. So you can go ahead to do another shape, but this is just the basic shape that I want for my blouse. We're going to have loops at the back, so we're going to create that opening for the loops. But before I go ahead to create the opening, I noticed that I used the same measurement for my front piece at the back. So you can see that when I placed my front piece at the back piece, it wasn't aligning because I used the same measurement I used for my front for the back, which is not supposed to be so. Your shoulder to the full length of your blouse for the front is different from the shoulder to the full length of your blouse for the back, and which is that 1.5 inch we used for our bust that. So I'm going to make that correction. I'm going to readjust the back piece and then we're going to continue finishing up the pattern for the back. So I'm just folding up that 1.5 inch difference that was supposed to be there. So I've made the correction and I'm going to bring in our front piece and place it down. So you can see that now everything is aligning properly as it should. Now we're going to go ahead to finish up the back. I'm going to come up at the armhole area here by 2 inches and we're going to curve this down into our blouse. So this is the shape I want to have at the top part of the blouse. So I'm just going to curve this all the way to the midpoint of the middle part of our pattern, and then from this point I'm going to mark the opening for our loops. I'm using 1 inch and I'm going to rule this all the way down. So we're going to have loops on these areas here, so I'm just putting circles around that part to show you that that is where the loops are going to sit. So we're done drafting out the back piece. I'm going to go ahead to label this and then we're going to move on to cut this out. So if you'd like to add style lines to the back, you just want to go ahead to place your ruler on top of the pattern and just create your style lines however you'd like it to come out. So your style line is totally optional. You do not have to add this because I won't be adding this to mine. I'm just showing you that you can add style lines to the back to just create a different design and a different effect entirely, and then you just number it and cut it out. But because we're not going to add style lines, I'm just going to go ahead to cut this out directly. So I'm done cutting out the back piece. I'm going to bring in all our pattern pieces so we can start cutting this on the fabric. So this is the fabric we're going to work with. This is crepe fabric, and I'm working with 1 yard of this fabric. So we're going to go ahead to cut this out. I've gone ahead to cut it out now, and I left 1/2 inch seam allowance all around, and I did the same thing for all the other pieces. I also went ahead to iron interfacing on each of them. So in the next video, we're going to go ahead to sew this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.